So do the hand is like this?
It's in our gym we do this like
This?
a ray, Indian
Okay.
namaste, like a ray.
Oh. Ray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm including all. Like I don't know which hand. I want to be respectful for all martial art
culture. Yeah.
to all martial art cultures. Today we have a mixed martial artist amongst us as a guest. We have a Muay Thai champion, national level champion. No, not only that, he is a future glory kickboxing champion. I'm
Yes.
predicting it.
Yes.
All right, and we have our producer who usually sits behind the camera, who has now come in front of the camera because he, like us, is a connoisseur of professional violence. Both of us have spoken about so many fighters and so many fighting styles and so many different sorts of martial arts, and I have created this pandemic spread in the studio where Noel has also seen a couple of highlights and was like, "Insan log ye bhi karta hai." Amazing. So that's what we are in for. We are in for a hell of a ride. Please give it up for the guest today. Give it up for Shodhan Shetty, everyone. He's a national champion when it comes to Muay Thai, a mixed martial artist. He is the one who represents our country, planning to represent our country as well in the future in terms of violence.
Yes.
All right? Yeah, he has been like how that Chuck Norris ka joke is there na, or Bruce Lee's thing, there was this myth that his hands were registered as lethal weapons. Right? This fucker's also registered as a lethal weapon, all
He
right?
carries 2 of them.
Yeah, actually 4, Yeah.
Feet also, yes.
In fact, elbows also. Dude, let's start talking about it.
Yeah.
Right? Welcome, Shodhan. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank
all right? You know both of us.
Yeah.
All right? You've met Amaya Mahale for the first time, our producer, usually behind the camera. All right? Today in front of the camera because he is planning a takeover. Right? Soon enough, we will be disappearing.
Yes.
Yeah, we will be behind the camera.
Hostile takeover.
Yeah. But both of us are big fans of MMA. We watch a lot of combat sports together, especially if it's at night at 2 o'clock. Well, in the morning at 2 o'clock, Dubai time or US time. We tend to watch a lot of fights together, talk about it, analyze it. And once we realize Shodhan is coming on the podcast, we're like, yeah, Maya, come on, buddy. Come ahead. Right? So welcome, Shodhan. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank
We're
you for
very
having me.
excited. Very excited to have you. Very excited to know how you decided to become a fighter. All right. I want to start there.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the first question is, at what age were you like, you know what, I want to really give this a shot. Like, this is a sport I'm interested in.
Okay. It was at 18 when I was 18.
Okay.
Okay. This is a funny story. In our college, there was like a gang wars. I mean, like
Okay.
it's not like gang wars. Like a
Fighting.
senior
Group
fight.
and juniors.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
The
Okay.
funniest part was, they used to fight in groups. Like, like
Oh.
I used to see in a classroom up,
Huh.
they used to fight, like 10 people, used to
Damn.
run at each other with, like handkerchief, in between stones,
Like a stone.
everything
Oh,
like that.
good.
So suddenly my friend was like, dude, let's learn some self-defense, like in case, like juniors, even if they, used to just look at them, they were like, kya hai? Like, why are you
So like even
staring at me, like something like that, college.
Ah.
This is what happens when you stop ragging.
Yeah.
In colleges, violence starts.
Yeah, so my friend was like, let's join some kickboxing or anything, like
Yeah.
karate or anything. Like, we didn't, we thought of karate actually. Okay.
Okay.
Like, that's what comes to our mind, right?
Yeah.
Kickboxing, boxing was it was not there in Mangalore, okay,
Okay.
where I was from. So later, one of my cousin was there, so he introduced us to my coach. Okay.
Okay.
So it was a small place, like a small place. Dance people and these people were sharing it. Okay.
Okay.
So
it's like a studio thing. You had dance classes, Zumba and whatnot.
No, there was not even a mat. I'm like, what's happening here?
Okay.
So first day, we spoke to a coach. His name is Nitesh Kumar. He is
Shout out to the person who made him champion, helped him.
Okay, yeah, he's a two-time Muay Thai champion, and he's a Karnataka coach also. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He coaches for the state of Karnataka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So then he was like, yeah, just join tomorrow. Just wear a normal shorts and everything. I'm like, nothing is needed. So my friend, 5 o'clock, we were ready.
Shorts, pen careful,
short,
yes.
yeah. And first day it was jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
Right? Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I'm like, what's happening? They told us, striking. And why are these people hugging each other and, rolling around? Like, what's happening? Okay, there was this guy called Sharan, okay, like my friend. I'm like, he's a nice MMA fighter, great MMA fighter.
Okay.
He was rolling around with everyone, okay, and his arm was this big. I'm like, what's happening? And in first day he choked me.
So you are told to start participating in the jiu-jitsu.
Just for fun, it was fun rolling. Yeah, it's not like a hardcore. It's fun
just
rolling.
a basic level.
But
and was that the first time you rolled with?
Yeah, it was the first time, I'm fighting with someone, in my life, I was not into anything, I was going home and watching anime and,
Yeah.
no, even if someone would have shouted at me, I was like, I wouldn't care, I just, mind my own business. So, first day when he choked me, I was like, kya ho raha hai, Then, next day, we got some combat and my friend puked.
Oh, okay.
That was the last day and he disappeared.
Oh, okay. He was not coming back.
Yeah.
So the guy who told you let's do self-defense.
Yeah.
Threw up and gave up.
He is like, I'm waiting for him in morning, in a bus stand, and he
He doesn't turn up.
Because in the start, MMA training is a lot of just intense workout, like maybe 60-70% is like working out very intensely, and then the combat, they increase it slowly, right?
Yes. First, they'll try to increase your strength, flexibility, loosen your body.
Like you're not taught to punch order in the first
only
day.
if you punch in power, you get injuries, right?
Yeah.
So for 2 months they'll take it slow, they'll most of the thing they were not weights. So
no weight training.
No weight training. So maybe for 4 years I didn't do weight training only. I used to do only this push-ups and pull-ups and everything. So
body weight exercise.
Yeah, body weight exercise. And in BJJ, rolling and different rolls, front roll, back roll, side roll and everything. So that was that. So later what happened, okay, there's this funniest thing in Monkey Mayhem, okay. It's like
Monkey Mayhem, by the way, is the team.
Our team, my team is called as Monkey Mayhem Fight Club, okay. It's my gym, okay.
On Instagram also I think you've mentioned it, and a couple of your reels have that mentioned.
Yeah, I have mentioned it. So so what happened was, there's a funny thing in this, okay. First day, first fight. Once you join a gym, you can hit a trainer. They'll try to, they'll not hit you back.
Okay, so they are not allowed to hit you back.
Yeah.
You can try to hit them.
Yeah.
On the first day.
Yeah, first day. It's like he's trying to check your stamina, your willpower and everything. Yeah, it was there before, but not now. Yeah. So I was so thin, I was so weak. Okay. My coach made me remove my gloves and hit him, but still I broke my hand.
You broke.
It was the funniest thing,
Because you tried to throw your hand, but...
Yeah. It was...
Because you tried to throw your hand, but it did not.
No. I was wearing gloves, and gloves was too big for me. My hand was so thin and everything. I was so weak.
And not used to anything.
I'm he's not even keeping his guard up. He's taking it on his face, and he's like, "Bro, you just remove your gloves and let me see your power." I hit his skull and my hand. My wrist was fully swollen.
Damn. You went for the skull also.
Yeah.
Still
Nose. I felt like little bad, so
on the first day,
what if he hits me back then? So that's what happened. Okay, that's how. Then later, I don't know, in studies and anime, I didn't find that thrill, while doing kickboxing, it's like something different, that feeling. I don't know, I can't explain it.
So you did the BJJ thing, you had that experience for some time, then slowly you went into strength and conditioning. You're basically preparing your body. Not weights, but you're preparing your body for combat training then.
Yeah, but basic footwork and jab course was there daily.
Yeah.
It was there daily. Okay, and this your sweeping, your like for flexibility and everything, front sweep and back sweep, like inside and outside was everything was there.
Okay.
And but basic was there. Okay, like a jab, how to throw a jab, how to move your foot and everything. It was there.
And loosen up your hips a lot, na?
Yeah.
Because you're not used to the idea of throwing
Yeah,
a
if you
kick.
just throw your hamstring, you might get hurt.
What a horrible thing. Imagine you've seen like anime manga or something. And
Just
you're
go
like,
and try a kick and you break your
and your hamstring is torn. Halfway through a kick, if your hamstring is torn, oh my god.
That's what, yeah.
So,
Human G.I. Joe.
yeah. So you then go ahead and start into combat training slowly. After your hand, of course, gets better. Gets
that's
healed.
what, okay.
Then you slowly start conditioning your hands in terms of throwing, working the punching bag, technique more than anything else.
Shadow
right?
boxing.
Shadow
boxing. More.
Okay.
The more you do shadow boxing, the more it will help in your ring. Okay.
Okay.
It's
Because
amazing.
you are simulating that environment.
Yeah. Main thing is you are visualizing the opponent. You're visualizing everything. Your ring, the people, and everything.
Okay.
You'll be keeping on doing the same thing.
How do you do that? Can you explain shadow boxing? I don't know.
Okay, shadow boxing. Look, now suppose there's a technique, jab and cross. Okay, so no, it's like you're imagining you're in a ring and you're fighting with your opponent.
Okay.
Okay, imaginary opponent.
Okay.
The high level is they can even feel the punch and everything. Like dodging and everything. So yeah, that's the high level. Your imagination should be that strong. Okay,
You're running through
it's difficult.
simulations in your
It's,
head. You're
at first
visualizing.
it's very difficult. Even for me, it's very difficult. like 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Suddenly, their thought will be different. This imagining a person. It's take a lot of this.
To be consistently imagining something is difficult.
Difficult.
So because the illusion breaks very quickly.
Yeah,
like,
you can imagine your training partners and everything, but
Yeah.
your opponent, we don't know. Like maybe we saw his video and then creating him there, his technique, it's very difficult.
his movement
Yeah,
is similar,
yeah.
and what you've seen him do shadow boxing on the
I've
mountain.
only seen him stand and punch, but I
Yeah.
didn't know
What
he's
he was
going in the
doing.
head.
Yeah.
Like, so so
Yeah.
it's almost close to meditation in that manner. You just need
Yeah,
that focus
Yes.
to build that environment and just
Yeah.
stay in that zone.
So basically, what happens whenever you just go and shadow box, first thing will this imagination will be your training partner.
Okay.
Usually they come first. But
You have seen him be
yeah,
more
doing same. Like
comfortable.
we'll be doing like partner drills and everything together, right? So they will be the first one to show up.
It's very important to have a good partner, no? Because of that.
See, the better the partner, like your partner should be always above than you. You'll improve a lot. Okay. Then beginners, you can try to experiment your technique.
Correct.
But if you want to, learn one technique, just experiment with them. Okay. If it works, then go with a higher, a level fighter. Then experiment with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's better to partner up with somebody, of course, like anything else, who has more knowledge, more experience.
Yeah. Or else what happens? Beginner will be asking you,
Yeah.
what should I do? My guard is up, my guard is down. We are learning. We can't, see them.
You have questions.
Yeah, you have questions. Yeah.
So you want clarity
No,
on
we
your
should help them, but
doubts.
not every time.
Yeah.
Even we have to learn, right? So it's better if a person, is good.
Keeps on, you have that also plus this. So if you get a mix of both worlds, you are able to grow as a fighter.
Yeah.
Your experience will get much better.
Yeah,
You are comfortable with the movement. Was there any influence in your childhood when it came to martial art movies? Like, what was your reaction to, when were you first exposed to, because I remember that was a big part of a change in my childhood.
Okay.
When I saw like Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee movies for the first time, I was like, oh God, what is this? Like, damn, this is a very different sort of action
How is
hero.
the movie? How
Yeah,
is the
of course,
body
in
moving
fighting, this Dragon Ball Z, that's normal. But yeah, I think it was 36 Chambers movie,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
36 Chambers of
Shaolin.
Yeah.
Correct.
The movement is high, observation is, training is, conditioning is head and all everything. Yeah, it was, One of
your favorite ones is that, first one.
I always wanted to learn Kung Fu. I will learn, if I get a chance again, like I want to learn from basics, it's such an amazing, like movements, what they do, Qigong, Tai Chi, and I really like it. So I might do it in future. I am really planning to do it. So yeah, and like not like a full, like Kung Fu, but I want to learn it.
It's nice to have that as a part of your learning thing also.
Even I want to learn Kalaripayattu too also.
That's the mixed martial arts from Kerala.
It's correct. Very good, It's amazing.
It's very dynamic when you see them move, especially with the sword and the shield.
Weapons,
it has weapons also.
Crazy,
Yeah. And it's a pretty ancient art form.
I think it's the oldest. Yeah, it is the oldest martial arts in the world.
Right? Yeah. Damn. We got a lot of history as far as, I mean...
people tell that, I don't know if it's like true or not, but from Kerala, it went to this China. The Dharma is there, no? From there, the Kung Fu and everything started.
Maybe Buddhist monks maybe some travelers.
Maybe people tell that.
That is how things traveled. Spread, in the olden times. I mean, that is the difference also, no? That you see in the olden times, mixed martial arts was, I think, practiced much more. Different forms, in different places.
You needed to defend.
Yeah, because you needed to defend. You can't be like chilling out like now,
no.
like not
fighting
learning.
in sword and all. Oh my God.
Like if you are a village, if you're living in a small tiny village,
of course,
you're afraid some other village will want what you have.
Historically speaking, most of the weapons that later on became weapons in Kung Fu and whatnot were actually farm implements. Which the farmers improvised and used as initially used as weapon, and then they were developed as
this is
proper
my
weapons.
crop. Keep your hand off my crop.
Literally one which is made of a hoe, of a plow and all. Initially, and then the shape like over time. You can see like how your
basically
evolution.
You had to see like around and be like, what can I use to defend and hit people?
The stereotype of Pushpa taking a koita and going and cutting people. That is absolutely how things happen.
Pushpa Raj.
Exactly. You have knives and whatnot, and then you start using them as.
Yes,
of course.
Absolutely.
And from there, where people were expected, as kids and whatnot, to start learning, have some part of your day, train in kushti, wrestling if you are up north in Punjab, Jalandhar. If you are down south, you have a couple of other mixed martial arts, like Kung Fu, Karate, which now you see in a lot of places. But still, that has sort of disappeared, from our urban life, like to train. Even, I mean, I don't want to paint all of the karate schools or this with the same paintbrush, but you can sometimes sort of make out, dedicated proper karate schools and people who are just giving like token belts and whatnot. So when you see that, you are a fighter, right? You're dedicating your life to this sport, you're... and it includes everything. Like it does not just look glamorous. When you get beaten up, you get beaten up. It hurts. You get injured. You have things that happen to, like, you're putting your health on the line, well-being, in the moment to fight, to participate. And then when you see like, somebody who's getting like a brown belt, for extra 800 rupees platinum level subscription type thing.
It happened, same thing with me. I had won a national gold in Jaipur, but people who had money, went for world championship. So
it happened.
Yeah, it happens. It's
you have to like sort of make peace with a lot of things, when you're a combat sport athlete in India.
In India, of course. Financially, mentally, everything.
It's difficult to.
It's difficult. Yeah.
Because I don't think sports first only does not have a lot of support in terms of normal Indian family structure. If you're talking about basic middle class family structure, sports is something that is extra. Do extra, no worries. You go play, you do this much. Maybe some cricket coaching I will send.
Your main hobby, this main passion should be, job, like every doctor, engineer. Then, sports will be like side mein, to karta rahe.
But that being said, like for a fighter in India, what is like the ladder? What does it look like? Like somebody has to make it to
you
like
can't
a bigger
see the future
promotion,
only.
like a UFC or
a
one?
big block.
How does it, like, if someone, there have been Indian fighters who have made it to one, right?
One championship.
UFC
yeah,
is still a little bit far. I think there has been one fighter who has fought 1 or 2 fights in
yeah,
UFC,
yeah,
an
yeah,
Indian
yeah,
guy
yeah, I know him.
from Delhi or something. But there are plenty in one,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
based out of
Yeah.
Singapore. So what is the ladder like? How do you like? How does that work? How does
I
someone
think
get
we
spotted?
need
picked up?
good promoters, like a sponsors and everything, like to go to that level. And yeah, of course, to reach UFC, like there are like think in 1, 2, 3 weeks there is 2 to 3 fighters are fighting in that this tryouts, I guess, UFC tryouts.
Okay.
I hope that
That's what I was asking. So how do like someone like a promotion like a UFC or a one, how do they recruit fighters? Like, do they have scouts who go to smaller promotions and do they look for talent, or there are tryouts where you have to go and
that
apply? Like, how does it work?
That happened in one championship. They like warrior hunting, like fighter hunting.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they had come to Mumbai. There was one fighter in Mumbai. He got selected.
Okay.
I don't know much about UFC. Maybe it's in a contact or something like that. Like your record, and they see the videos and everything, and you have to go to their tryouts. If you win 2-3 fights, then they might give you a contract or something like that. Okay, it might work like that in this. But in my thing, Glory, I'm planning to Glory kickboxing. So I think there was one Indian. I think he was not Indian, fully Indian. I think his name was Jay Singh something.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there was no other Indian who fought in Glory.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to...
Kickboxing is something where you might be like the second person or the third person.
Yeah, but I want to be a first Indian to win. No, I will be a first Indian to win a Glory kickboxing belt in 3 years. So yeah, after that I'm planning for a UFC. In Glory kickboxing there will be a lot of, because most of the fighters from Alex Pereira and everything. From Glory kickboxing, right? So
they have the kickboxing background.
Yeah, everything.
In Israel and
Glory
Alex Pereira.
kickboxing,
Who was the heavyweight champion who also was into kickboxing? The one who had
Alistair
Overeem.
Yeah.
Overeem is also
he's
having
fighting next to this with Badra.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
So-
Badra is my favorite.
Huh?
Oh, that was
Yeah,
legendary.
Oh my, he's scary, dude.
That's what he's fighting from 2006. It's
He's a
amazing.
scary man.
Those
I've
people.
seen his highlights, the fight that he had with a Dutch kickboxer.
Rico Robin.
Yes.
Rico. Yeah.
And oh my
But
god.
I think once it was ankle twist, and every time I think
Some injury.
Yeah, injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't.
So from Muay Thai, you're now looking at pursuing getting trained and properly when it
Kickboxing,
comes to kickboxing.
Yeah, I'm planning to go to Japan and fight there in K1, and from K1 to then Glory to then UFC. That
So
is my plan.
There are scales of promotions. And it's how I think fighters can grow. Because I've heard a couple of interviews of fighters also when they say ki I had participated in PFL first and then something till finally you reach that crop where you are now in the elite of the elite.
In that
promotion.
journey, someone might give you a contract in a big leagues.
Correct.
Right? So we have to have a plan, keep fighting.
Like you're building your portfolio.
There will be some
This
opportunity.
is the modern day version of getting those, iska ungli hai mere paas. I've got so many scalps.
Yeah, like, that is the record. 20 and 5, which is his amateur record. 20 wins, 5 losses, 25 fights, and then one professional.
Yeah, one professional.
Fight.
So what was your experience like the first time or the first few times in a ring? So this is basically, it's a very special experience that very few people can experience. Like you're locked in a cage and you have to now literally beat the shit out of someone.
There was time, when I thought, ye sab kyun chahiye, let's go, and I don't want to do this, but
before the
fight, yeah. So in my first fight was, even I was scared. And even the opponent was scared. We both hit each other, and my power was a bit good, I guess. He got knocked out in
you won your first,
17 seconds.
17 seconds.
That was crazy.
Damn. 17 seconds knockout.
He got knocked out in 17
So
seconds.
like when you're standing across your opponent, you can almost read the body language, right? The nervousness, you can see the fidgeting, and you can see the tension.
Yeah.
And then you have to make that choice of, in your mind, telling yourself, fuck it. You just go for it, dude. Like, take that.
One question I had, see, what is it about like violence or maybe getting hit very hard on your chin or something, where you see when a fighter gets rocked, sometimes your leg coordination goes away.
Yeah.
Or you can't stand straight.
Yeah, if you get
so
a
what
punch
that
on your
feeling,
chin, you'll lose.
Generally,
balance on
people
your-
don't know what that feels like.
Yeah.
So what sensation goes through your body when you're almost knocked out, or you're
I don't
knocked
know.
out, or you're hit
for
really
me,
hard?
It's not about hitting, getting hit hard. It's not like that. I don't know. We don't know, like, why do we feel fear? Entering the ring, and standing there. Even he is a human. Even he is getting scared.
Yeah.
Even, but there it is completely different. Maybe it's expectation from people. What if we can't achieve this? What if we lose and everything?
Performance
Maybe
doubts.
Performance down. I don't know about opponent. I'm sometimes the opponent might look scary. If he starts acting crazy and all.
Oh, they do that?
Yeah, of course they
Sometimes,
do that.
yeah, to
Sometimes
play
they do
mind
that.
games,
They
yeah.
do that. Sometimes a fighter loses before he enters the ring. That's what happened with Mike Tyson opponents. They used to tell, before they enter the ring, everyone used to, get fun. He was a different type of creature, He
was so powerful that the thought of him made
his
people...
aura, it was next level.
That's a part of being a fighter, right?
Yeah. And this is a funny incident. That second fight, after 17 seconds, my second fight was with a world silver medalist, Asian medalist, and everything. So I'm standing. That was my second fight. I'm standing inside the ring. They told, show this guy Shodhan from Karnataka, and done. That's it.
There's nothing
And he entered. All the teammates were from behind. He entered. He was doing stretching and everything. All the lights, blue, red. I'm dark. I'm standing in the dark. All the blue lights, green lights, everything is there with them. And they started explaining, Asian Championship. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Cheating, hey? What is this?
My second fight, hey. But still, my mind took over, I didn't give up, so it was a good fight. It was a good fight. And after that, it was a medal ceremony. It was there. Me and my friend was sitting there, and we used to talk to each other, and we were like, this, what we are sitting like this, no?
Yeah.
Shouldn't happen again. We should win that podium. We were serious conversation. We feel very sad, everything, everyone are getting medal, and we are we are telling. And it was my second national after a year.
Okay.
It was in Kandivali, Mumbai.
Okay.
So in first round only, I got 3 knees on my face.
Oh.
But it was like, I gave him this, a sport, like a glove touch, before a fight, but he kicked here. And I went down and he gave 3 knees to him, my face. And I don't know what's happening. The nurse and all, they're putting medicines, tinctures and all. I'm like, what the? So and my friend who, his name is Uwais, so who, we spoke about it, right? So he won gold that day.
Oh, okay.
Second, and he won in a fantastic, last finals was, he gave a slap to his face and knocked him out,
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So, but you got knee to your...
this part, 3 knees. Yeah, there was a cut here, and it was... I was thinking, what should I tell with my parents? I was in college, I'm just worried about that. I'm just, keeping my headphone, just standing. What should I do? What should I do?
What is the explanation for
this?
And then you have to tell them, I want to continue.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in
I'm
a
not-
situation this will not happen again.
No, it's like like if someone's son get beaten up and like I can
Yeah.
understand their feelings
Yeah, yeah.
too. Like who like seeing this would be like
Yeah.
most
That
like
just gets out
sad,
something in a
but
parent.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what. So that was it's my second nationals.
Second, and very
Yeah.
few, I think, for parents to make peace with the fact that your child has chosen to do mixed martial arts, you as a parent also, if you are a mixed martial artist, then I've seen it help.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a very difficult day. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen people who have been through it themselves.
Yes.
They know the world, they know what has to be done. Because you cannot become a renowned fighter without
The thing
fighting.
is, they don't know like if it has a future, if it has the money,
Correct.
or they think that like till 30 year you'll be fighting and you'll break your legs, break everything. Then
that's what I was saying.
Then they
It
might
is-
start doing.
It is
business or
not only
something,
uncertain,
Yeah.
so there is uncertainty in a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Lot of sports, lot of musicians.
Yeah.
There is a lot of
Yeah,
uncertainty. Plus, it's like
Yes.
you can get physically injured.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
life
of
is
course, yeah,
practically in
yeah.
danger.
That's
Like
what,
you can
your
get
life is on the
like
line
a
in the ring,
life-altering
like-
injury.
See, basically, whatever it is, basically it's like a killing. Some like both are trying to kill each
Kill
other,
each
right?
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But
It's a sport, but that is what it
It's-
is.
Anything can happen. Who knows? Anything can happen. It's
Yeah.
not like if he doesn't do it intentionally, but some like
True.
Accidental
yeah,
hit.
unlucky shots. Like someone could die. So yeah. So see, in Indian, what happens is like till you graduate, it's like you can do sports. Okay. Then your main goal should be engineer, bank, or job.
Job, buddy. Salary,
Yeah,
consistent.
yeah. After you're done, graduate, leave this.
Huh.
Till you're like graduating, do sports, anything.
Yeah.
But your final goal should be, then they'll be like, ladki nahi milegi. I'm like, what is this? So,
That is a legit fear. Imagine that is the reasoning. Dude, marriage?
marriage. Like,
What about?
who will marry a boxer? Who will marry a fighter? Like, like, what if a girl ka, like side ka log ask you,
Yeah.
like, क्या करते हैं? वो fight करते हैं?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How will you tell?
How will you tell? Yeah, that is the main.
It's an awkward conversation to
They
have.
must be like वसूली वाला है क्या?
As a gangster है? नहीं. Sports.
Sports.
Okay.
The best part was in my village, my village is called Tibar, okay? Okay, so it's pretty famous. There's a pretty famous god. Okay, so villagers used to tell, bro, like, why are you going there? Like paying 1,500 to get hit. Give me 500, I'll hit you.
That's what I was thinking when you were saying it's
not
like
the
it's
point.
not only a sport. A sport is like you can do a
Yeah.
sport for fitness, but this is like one
Yeah,
yeah.
notch above,
Ahead.
one
Yeah.
leveled up. This is not
Yeah,
just a
that's what.
sport.
It's,
It's not like
Very
football,
dangerous.
just
Yeah.
running and whatnot. You're being
This is
physical
not
on
healthy
purpose.
कुछ नहीं तो
competition.
fitness ही सही हो रहा है.
every time
Everybody
you're
wants it.
taking hits to your body, every time, like kick, same drill, same.
It's
taking-
like,
And it can have long-term
Yeah.
repercussions also. Like,
yeah, if you take lots of
lot
hit
of
to your
hair damage to your head.
although whatever these guys do in fighting is called a foul in other sports.
Yeah, true.
Whatever these
that
guys-
foul thing, they made it a different sport.
Yeah, they took all of the foul bits and they made a different sport out of it. कि this is it, तुम लोग ये करो
ये
भाई.
करो, यहाँ नहीं करो, हम लोग दूसरा ही स्पोर्ट बनाए हैं, वो
Yeah,
करो.
because there were people who started doing that. Like football खेलते थे सीधा kicks मारने को चालू किया. अरे रे, you came to the wrong gym, came to the wrong
All the
stadium.
rejects are all now like
जो लोग को ऐसा बाहर निकाला है, वो लोग we will make our own sport.
like the detention guys start doing something in the room and suddenly
Yeah.
this is good. This is good. Proper camera.
मजा आ रहा है रे, देखने में मजा आ रहा है.
And it was like pretty difficult for me at first, like taking hits to the head. It's not like every day I used to go home and puke, headache,
Yeah.
everything. Like that was the worst feeling. At the in between, I thought of giving up. Like mom used to tell, "What is this?" Like
Yeah.
like headache there will be headache first. Then I used to puke.
Have you ever been knocked out
No.
or like close to getting knocked
I
out?
didn't get knocked. Knocked down. Yeah, knocked down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
once. It
Knocked
was my
down, okay.
coach only.
And
Ritesh, he'll be happy. He'll be happy now. He'll be telling.
And one thing I haven't understood is when you get choked out. Okay, it is you can lose consciousness.
Yeah.
Or you can lose consciousness.
Sometimes you lose that part of your.
So how
memory.
is it done safely? Like if somebody's neck is being choked, how is it done
That
safely?
is not a choke.
You're asking this to like.
That is not a choke.
Yeah.
Choke, it's like there's a proper technique. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. People who this choke, that is not a choke. That is completely.
That is movie stuff.
Movie choke.
Hands.
No,
and
no,
then
I'm
hand.
saying if
They usually go for here.
like a
There's
rear
blood-
naked
no,
choke.
blood supply. There's a blood
if you're
supply.
getting
no?
rear naked choke,
Yeah, there's a blood supply here. That will stop.
Huh.
Because of that, there's a no supply to your blood.
And
right?
you-
I mean, like brain.
You can like you are put to
You'll
sleep.
go to sleep.
So anybody who's choking is like trained to
Yeah, of
make
course.
sure
Yeah, there's a proper
you're
technique,
not
you know,
doing
like
anything.
Go from inside. It's not like
And
no,
you,
just
I think you feel the body go limp. You know, when you lose consciousness. If
some
your
some
brain
people
is not-
try like the whole body will be shaking like this.
Oh,
And
then you
saliva will
realize.
be coming out. It's like different for everyone.
Drooling.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's like a body just in a. You can't
Yeah.
No, I
like-
can't understand the feeling that like if you choke somebody, it's like I can't breathe. But this is when you choke in MMA, I guess it's a different kind of
the
choke.
blood
where-
supply thing.
yeah, same
So,
thing. Same thing.
you'll start seeing this Lex Friedman took Andrew Huberman for one jiu-jitsu class.
Huh.
And so he was asking Andrew Huberman, my eyes start getting
Start losing your
yeah,
vision.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, yeah, that's because there's no blood supply.
Hmm.
So your whole neurons are just misfiring. Aisa
Yeah.
fireworks just you'll see.
Like your brain shuts your body
And once
down.
the
Same
supply
thing
is given
happens
back,
with
you come back.
knockout. See, knockout, how knockout happens. Okay.
Huh.
It's basically the punch which you can't see. Okay. Suppose the punch is here, all your concentration will be here. Suddenly there will be a kick. Your brain will be like, what happened?
It's
Surprise.
like disoriented.
That's why it will shut down your body.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another thing will be balance. If you're not in balance, like boom, when you get hit, you'll be knocked out. And power also. But knockout, like you can't think and knock out, It's like
It happens.
It happens. It happens. Yeah.
And it affects your entire like nervous system. and-
Concussion.
Sorry.
Concussion. You'll get
Concussion.
concussion. Like the brain hits the skull. Like some.
And you just shut off.
Yeah, and you'll lose some part of your memory, like 2 minutes ka, 1 minute.
yeah.
It's scary,
Yeah, that's
I
what I
lost
was,
my
like,
4
in
minutes ka, but I'm seeing my video, my sparring only. I don't know, like, did I do this?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening?
Damn, dude. So when you get hit,
I'm like, it's like someone else is in your body and fighting there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I didn't know it. Yeah, I lost like 4 minutes of my memory. Yeah, it's pretty scary, like.
When you see it for the first time, you're like, oh,
And I'm
you-
like, what is this? Like, who is operating my body?
yeah. Did this happen?
Yeah, it was really scary. Yeah.
So many things that can.
No, some people
I
ask, like when they get after they get knocked out and then they wake up, right? They'll be like, when did I come here? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah.
For a moment, it'll be like that, So
Oh yeah, completely disoriented.
yeah.
I think the brain forgetting the memory is another defense mechanism against embarrassment. If whatever led you to that point, it was too embarrassing to remember.
I think it's the brain ka injury is what I get scared about a lot whenever I listen about combat fighters and athletes. Like bones, yeah, they break, but they heal. You have other injuries which you can do stuff for quickly. Physiotherapy,
Yeah.
surgery maybe in case, in grievous cases. But when it comes to the brain, there is no visible,
Got it, yeah.
bruise that you can
internally, everything will happen internally, internal bleeding and all.
And it changes so much about your mood, the way you react in certain cases. So when consequences are so real, is there like some sort of medical thing for you guys where you can, like if you're an athlete, like it's taken care of? No?
No, not that I know
No?
of. I don't know.
Damn, dude, that is something I would really want for.
I think, what I think is medicine for brain is meditation.
Yeah.
Just strengthen your mind and just meditate. Like some people, take hits to the head, even sometimes I don't, like remember things, I think it's because of this getting hits the head. And my coach, he, like if you are telling like your name is Gaurav, he'll be like, no, you are Sharan. No, you'll be Sharan.
Oh,
he'll be like, you're not Gaurav, you're Sharan. No, like sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like sick normal,
He's a coach, so he's been in multiple sparring sessions, and he himself was a fighter.
Yeah.
So
he spars a lot, and he, like learns while sparring. Okay. Every time he spars, he learns, and he thinks ahead, like what to do, what to not to do. But I'm a like kind of different fighter. I don't think, I just go there and stand everything. But it's not good. Internationally, you should be able to think. What mistake you're doing. Your stance is proper. Your guard is up, and everything. But
you should be aware of those things.
But it's like someone else is in my body.
Okay.
But it shouldn't happen.
You're autopilot.
Yeah, autopilot. No, it's very wrong. So yeah, internationally you should be smart.
That is the other level that you are now going.
If you have a ring IQ, like a very good ring IQ, then strength, timing, everything, like
you can use.
Even if your opponent has like lots of power, you can automatically create some trap and defeat him.
Correct.
That's the main advantage of ring IQ. Even if his speed and if you play it like a chess, if you make him think what you want,
Only with experience it must come. Like
ring fight, ring essence. That's how you get ring IQ.
That is, it reminds me so much of how a joke gets better. No, we don't get beaten up.
Yeah, it's pretty
but
much the same thing. Yeah.
Because jokes take time. Like the first time you try it, it doesn't work perfectly. Then you take it again, and it doesn't work.
Then later,
till it works. One day it works properly.
But here there is pressure of making sure it
getting
works.
hit. Yeah.
The adrenal rush will be there. This happened in States. I was winning in finals. It was like second round. Yeah, I was doing a straight punch, but I think usually I had a habit while someone was doing while clinching, your head should be up, right? Or else your knee. I used to just leave it loose and my head used to go down.
The clinch is the Muay Thai clinch where you are holding.
I was punching straight. Suddenly knee got here, straight up. But I just felt like someone is did tuck, that's it. I couldn't feel, but I could feel some coldness. Blood was drooling around. I was to slip in from my own blood. But I didn't want to lose because continuous 6 nationals I was been to continue. This was 7th national, so I didn't want everyone, my friends, my teammates are going So I wanted to win that match. And it was happening in my hometown. Everyone was supporting me. And then a referee came and he was like, no, I can't. I begged my officials, just like this little. I'll end the match. I went like a beast. What happened? The head was moving, right, but it couldn't stop. It was still going down. So he's like, injury will happen, your head. So then later,
it is too dangerous.
No, for 30 minutes he let me fight.
Yeah,
but
But then when he saw the blood,
the fighter was running little. I couldn't go for a finish.
Is it fun fighting with a crowd or without a crowd?
Crowd.
I need
crowd. I need, if there is more blood on I'll fight more. I know it's like anime shit, but the more blood is on
home crowd must be even more crazy.
That's nice. Wherever there was more crowd, I won that match. I gave my best.
It must make a difference to your mental game. And
that's what.
It's crazy.
The electricity of the crowd, the noise, everybody shouting.
That's what and you will have that don't give up feeling. Everyone are giving you support. Everyone are behind you. You feel like there's something.
Today I cannot give up.
A huge responsibility. If you lose, you're letting them down. So
that's the point of being a fighter also. Now you become a prize fighter. That's the point.
In that movie, Never Back Down.
Oh my god!
I saw that movie. It's one of my favorite movies, it's before I used to watch MMA.
It's awesome.
And he keeps saying in that fighting is a spectator sport. So I was like,
see, I'll tell you,
but now I realize that it's like it like the fighters feed on that energy.
Yeah.
Everyone is like shouting.
Fighting is a crowd entertainment. Like if you don't have that, there will be no leagues only.
You're
like,
performing
And
for
various
people.
interviews and accounts I've heard now, they say like you must have seen a crazy fight on TV, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But when you're there now, it is
Very
goosebumps
different.
nahi, it's like electricity hai. Matlab, itna hawe mein, it's so crazy now. It must be
it's
mad
wild.
like
Everybody's
inside.
buzzing like
Buzzing,
with
it's
just
crazy.
excitement.
Because you're always at the edge of your seat.
Yeah, what's happening? Like who's gonna knock out? Who's gonna win?
crazy.
Who's gonna defending? Who's
Because
blocking? and
every
everything.
second it can end.
Yeah.
Because even a fight, you don't see it very often in real life. Like cricket,
Yeah.
football, you've seen a lot of
Yeah.
people do it.
Yeah.
True.
Like somebody beating the shit out of someone and,
no one
nobody's stopping it.
Yeah.
Like where do you see it in life? Matlab, it's automatically your
Yeah,
like
no,
senses just get
Professional fighting. That also.
like
Not
it's on
like
steroids.
just,
Like it's crazy.
It's not like a road rage fight where you're like, hey, aisa karke pushing each other. It's actual legit trained fighters. And it has a history also. Lot, from Roman Colosseum to everywhere.
That was
You've had
brutal.
that.
That was brutal. They used to give weapons.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is like to the death.
And they used to
to
give
the
this
death.
hungry wild animals, lion. and everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there.
I want to beat up human beings.
Yeah,
Keep animals to yourself, Baba. I
You
don't
can't
want
give
to.
a rear naked choke to a lion, dude.
Yeah.
I want to win the belt, not become the belt.
The lion is very mean. I don't want that scenario.
That is so.
It is a pretty, difficult choice to stick by. I mean,
Yeah.
once I think about it will have its own sort of, high moments, which will be so clearly, in your head. Like moments where you have won, the crowd has just burst up like, ah.
That is
And
one
you're
of the
like-
best, like feeling ever. Like after you
Floating.
work hard, after people don't believe in you, like something you achieve there, like while
Yeah.
you lift that belt, that is the most
Nice.
amazing feeling, like can get,
So you have trained for this, right? You're training for this also. You're pursuing different, people who can teach you. Like you've gone abroad for training
Yes,
sometimes.
yes. I was there for a month in Phuket top team.
Okay.
I was training there. There was a coach. I've tried everything there.
Okay.
I've done MMA there. I've done Muay Thai there. And Muay Thai was more like a morning and evening session. So
Okay.
yeah, in between there was boxing class and amateur MMA was there, and yeah, that's kickboxing. That's kickboxing was my favorite. Like it was.
That was the one you liked.
awesome. After there, I fell in love with that's kickboxing.
How is it different from Muay Thai?
It's like, see, my specialty is speed.
Speed,
Speed,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm fast. Okay. So the way they go, without non-stop, like punch, kick, like both.
Combination.
That is so beautiful to watch. Like without stop. It's just
Yeah.
like machine gun is going. Tick, 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 It's like no one is. Sometimes they dodge or they just take the hits.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. That yeah.
I've seen a couple of videos. But Thailand is known for Muay Thai and
Yeah.
kickboxing.
Yeah.
They have massive gyms
Yeah.
dedicated to it. Well-known gyms where fighters from all over the world come in order to train.
Because in Thailand, Muay Thai is like a cricket.
Oh.
Even in
Okay.
gully, they'll be fighting. Like
Yeah, there
even
are fights, set up.
taxi fight like
Radko, you can go
drivers.
and watch. Yeah.
You'll be like, bro, look at this cut. I was a Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah.
Everyone,
It's a
everyone will be fighting there.
So it's a part of the culture.
Yeah,
cricket
culture.
जैसा है उधर.
Culture.
Like cricket.
Yeah,
It is very.
it's like
culturally
first
rooted.
maybe in 16th or 13th century, it was like there was nine warrior king created to wage a war.
Oh, the Thai king created
like
group
fighters,
of-
to wage a war, to fighters, warriors, okay, and they used to tie a rope and glass pieces and something like that. I don't.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
special Muay Thai rope or something.
Later, after the peace has come to a kingdom, then they started as like cultural thing, as like a
Sport.
Muay Thai sports and everything. Then later, Western influence, made it bigger.
Okay, yeah.
That's how the Muay Thai evolved. It's pretty nice Muay Thai. It's called as king of combat sport.
Yeah.
Why? Because this is brutal. One
Elbows.
elbow, you'll be like there will be a huge cut in your this and knee. Knee is a hardest, like it's very brutal, so it's very nice to watch, Muay Thai,
I was watching some one ka fights or not Bellator, it was one. So they have Muay Thai rounds and like they have
one is like they are a little different, like they do kickboxing also, MMA also, and they do 2 rounds, one round of Muay Thai, one round of MMA. Muay Thai. But the fighter will be different when Muay Thai fighter and MMA fighter. It happened between Rotang and Dimitri.
DJ.
Yeah, it happened.
Like
but
it's like the dynamic is so opposite. The first
no,
round.
they're trying to get creative things. Like to
It's
make
like
a crowd.
T20.
I hadn't seen that concept before I saw Demetrius versus that fight.
But it's fun to watch. Like it's completely different.
It's like a T20 thing, no, of combat. You're making it more exciting.
Yeah,
like
that's
playing
what.
with variations.
Yeah, that's what variation.
How will that pan out?
Fair experiment. Yes.
Maybe like change the strengths because the rounds are changing, the styles are changing. So now how will
strategy and everything will be completely different. Like facing MMA fighter, with Muay Thai fighter. That's what.
So Muay Thai you started, you started with, and now kickboxing is something you fell in love with.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing videos where I saw certain Muay Thai fighters and fighters generally in Thailand who are conditioning their shins a lot.
Oh.
Because usually I have fallen from cycle while playing or whatever, and shins are something that rarely get injured.
Yeah.
They get injured only when you fall or you hit something, and the pain is immense.
Yeah.
So I've seen these people to condition the shins. I've seen them like break down banana trees.
There's a video of my coach who broke a baseball bat in his leg.
Oh.
So it's there in Monkey Mayhem page. If you all want, you can watch it. It was long back when, like maybe 6-7 years back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monkey Mayhem page.
Monkey Mayhem Fight Club page. Yeah, you can just watch that video.
He will be able to see the bastard.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, like some people, like, hit the rod, hit the wall, and everything. I don't think it's, like you might have an injury. What I think is, like, hit the bag every day.
Okay.
Go for a jog, run. Your shin will automatically, it will get stronger. Because hitting the or telephone or not telephone.
Like a pipeline.
Yeah, pipeline.
Like a rod.
Some bullshit.
Yeah. You're injuring your bone.
Yeah, you should have a proper food and everything, for it to heal, again, with that injury, like again you are going and hitting, not giving time for it to recover and not giving proper food.
What happens for some fighters, like it develops like
microfractures. Recently
when you overtrain.
And that was a brutal Silva.
Anderson Silva.
I saw that after I joined 2 months. I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this.
But that is such a, if you see the still of that exact moment when it is bending, it is,
it's
my
like a
God,
straw.
unimaginable.
Like a straw.
Yeah, it's like
Crazy.
that straw, exactly.
It's crazy.
That's one of the first videos I ever watched on YouTube was kickboxing injuries.
Oh my God.
I thought that was what YouTube was for. Just kickbox. Just people kicking someone and then their foot just dangling.
It takes a lot of pressure. The bone is already taking a lot of pressure, and then if there are cracks, once you start hitting it full power or you try to hit a kick full power, it will just snap on you, and then the healing process will be so long.
There will be a micro fractures in when you hit the bag. Hit the bag or a shin to shin contact. So if you don't give a rest and just go and start kicking with full power, of course
then it will
break.
grow.
Of course, it will break. You will have a lot of calcium, and there will be a different layer in your this. That mini fractures will be there. No. There will be a different layer. That's how your shin gets
strong.
And Muay Thai, those people run a lot, jog a lot, 10 miles a day, every time, sometimes both morning and evening.
20-30 kilometers. Oh.
Like even skip a lot.
And everything, And they hit a pad a lot, the boxing pads. They keep hitting every day. And that's how, the shin gets conditioned.
It's dedication to another level. You can't be doing anything else. No, if you're a fighter, your whole day is just this. Like you're training and recovering.
How many times a day do you train coming up to a fight?
It's very difficult here, to maintain that same level of this. That's why if you go to Thailand and if you have that vibe, you can be in that. train every
Got
day.
it.
You know. But in like you'll be with your family, you know, sometimes they'll call you emergency and you have to go. Yeah, no, we have to listen to them also now because we are not earning. You know, like if you like, you have to, you know, literally you got it right.
Yeah.
So I leave at 6 and I take some personal training. You know, like we have to earn for ourselves, right? So the food and everything we can't ask from our parents. So after that 1 hour I'll just have my breakfast and everything, and I'll start with the 10 to 12, 1. Okay, that would be a heavy session. I'm like sparring, this partner drills, back workouts and everything. After that, I'll have lunch and I'll sleep for 1 hour. Then I'll go for weight training. Okay. And if I don't have a personal training, I'll come and sometimes, you know, evening we'll just spar and everything. That's it, you know, like a little bit. But it's not like daily. Sometimes, you know, that's what. And the problem is I have to travel again back for 30 kilometers. We don't have bus there, you know, like at the end, you know, it's so yeah. And
so it's better, like you would prefer to just go away to a camp and prepare there, be in that zone.
No, we can do that here also, but if you have a proper team, you know, like a proper team, like here we had a team, but you know, like even they have to see their future, right? You know, like everyone can't depend on this, you know, like if there is no hope also, you know, like you know, like we should just believe in ourselves and, you know, like you know, make it happen. That's what I'm doing now. So no, I will be a champion one day, that I know that. You know,
but the combat sport thing, it takes a lot of belief, self-belief.
It's like we are from middle class family. So what happened was after like till 3 there was a college. Okay, then we had food, and I used to not have food also, like because I have to save money for bus, no, because there was children rights, you know, children rights, right, like half of the rate. For children's, right?
Correct.
But evening it will be full till 6 o'clock only. So I have to save my money, right? So I have to eat pups and everything. This, you know, like sometimes, you know, like only rice, but nothing, you know. That happened. Then I had to wait till 6 o'clock in a college. You know, like no one is there. Everyone goes home and alone. I have to be there. You know, I had to go to the gym at 6. Then 6 to 8 was a gym. From 8 to 9:45, I had to wait in the bus stand for a bus. That was our last bus I had. From there, that was the last bus. They, you know, like put, you know, go to petrol bunk, and, you know, like fill up petrol, and, you know, they take like, when I used to reach home, it was like 12 or something, you know, like then I take bath and like 1:30 again, same routine. It was there for 2 years.
Get up in the morning and
you know, like after, you know, like getting tired, no food in bus, you know, like for 3-4 hours, you know, your body will, you know, like that's, you know,
it will start answering back, like, okay, buddy, you want to do this? All right.
So that getting up, you know, like after the last, you know, like sleeping at 1 o'clock and getting up at, you know, 5:30, 6, it was crazy.
You're being a fighter, but your lifestyle is just not
suited. You know, it's not suited. You know, that's how, you know, like training schedules and all get mixed up. You know. So I prefer, you know, like being in a proper, you know, fight camp. You know, same vibe, nothing else. No family matters, nothing. No
distractions.
Thing, I want to have a proper training session at least for 6 months. You know.
And you will have more variety of opponents or people to
from different this countries, you know, you will get our confidence instead of just going and fighting, you know. Like, the best part about this fight camp, you have that vibe. Okay, I'm like that where I went, Phuket, there was like hundreds of gym, Tiger Muay Thai, Phuket Top Team, everything was near Phuket Fight Club. So everyone were like, you know, like wearing Muay Thai shorts and everything, like wearing bags, and it was like completely a fight vibe. You know, there's like no other.
That is the only priority.
Same, you know, CrossFit gym, all the it was like a gym, no big buildings, only gyms.
It's like a fighter's village almost.
It's called fighting streets. Fighting streets.
You know, there are no. There is no chori happening.
There is no crime.
No, there will be no like first time I'm going there, I was walking around and one guy with big dude with like full abs and everything, weights, chest weight and like ankle weight, this way he's running like with full glasses and all. I'm like, what the hell? And he's wearing that CrossFit army car this. I felt like he was like a ranger or something, you know.
The beach pe body koi nahi dikhata raha.
No, like no, they don't wear shirts there. You know, like in full bikes and all, like everything.
Sitting on active moped and whatnot, and just like Going from one gym to other to...
And fucking everyone has abs there, in the gym. It's like a most common thing you can see.
Yeah.
In the gym.
You see a person without abs.
Bored of seeing abs,
You see a person
Thoda
without
Indian
abs,
look
you're
dikhao.
like, you're new or what over here? You look new.
We will stand out like, "Hey, oh my god, not a single ab." Not one.
Like they check your
How
ID
do
while
you-
coming in. You just have to like abs nahi.
Go back.
Disqualified.
allowed.
Yeah, say yes.
So yeah, that was the thing. It was fun, in Phuket. Like everyone are from different countries. We can share our culture and our experience and everything, and we can fight. Like with the proper fighters,
Yeah.
pro fighters. Like what level? I fought with this Adrian Matthias, one championship guy. He's a Papua bad boy. You might be knowing. He's pretty famous. So yeah, we get a lot of chance, to fight there.
Nice.
To try out like with somebody really experienced who's been
and
there.
my coach was from in Thailand. My coach was a former UFC fighter. His name is Wong Lee. So he fought with he's the first person to defeat Kid Yamamoto from Japan, and he even fought this
TJ Dillashaw also, no?
yeah, TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah.
That
I
is-
saw a couple of highlights.
That
man
he's damn good. He's damn good.
throwing knees, man. He was going for it.
Yeah, it was damn good.
So you trained with Mr. Lee. when you were in,
But I was in Thailand. Yeah, he helped me a lot. Actually, I got ankle injury when I was doing like at the end we have to do this kick bags and and knee at the end for endurance. I was hitting like a jumping knees and I broke my leg.
Oh.
So he took me to onsen. There's a onsen. Okay, onsen is like a place for recovery. Okay, it's like a ice bath and sauna. Okay, 30 seconds ice bath, 30 seconds sauna. Okay, he took me there and he gave me juice and he started speaking. That's how we got to know each other.
Oh,
And, yeah.
that's pretty nice.
He's a very
luckiest
amazing person. A person who reads Bhagavad Gita every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's very
This is
amazing guy. And he told us to cook Indian food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and my friends and me, Anisha, Akshay, we were three of them. We went there, so
Okay.
we cooked food for him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he liked it.
Damn, dude, this is almost like
I mean, I didn't cook. Okay, they might be shouting at me, but okay, though, like my friends, they
ended up doing the cooking.
Okay, yeah. I was just talking to it. Yeah.
But pretty cool, man. Like, it must feel nice now that somebody who's already achieved so much in your field is there to like give you some sort of guidance. Ki bhai, if you want to make a career out of this, these things you have to follow. It's a very important thing to pass on your mistakes, information to others. Like,
others.
So I
that
did this.
they don't end up doing what
In terms of like learning a martial art, so you can learn a martial art to be fit mentally and physically fit. But
Discipline.
some people
Main
also
thing
might
is discipline.
and discipline, correct?
Discipline, yeah.
Some people might want to learn for self-defense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's also an important life skill. I feel like to have to be able to
Self-defense.
defend yourself.
So you can, I don't know, it's completely different when it comes to self-defense. Self-defense, they won't be following rules. Like in combat sport, you can't, gouge the eye, you can't hit the groin, you can't hit the back of the spine and everything. But in self-defense, it's completely different. What if you get rods and you'll eat?
So now you've tried many different, like in MMA, you've done like BJJ, you've done kickboxing, boxing,
Muay Thai,
whatever. So if you had to give advice to someone where somebody had to learn some sort of self-defense, what do you think is the best place to start?
I think, you
For example, like how the situation in your
like
school.
you should have a minimum.
Like a kid comes to you, somebody might come and beat me up in school.
Yeah.
What do I learn?
See,
what
one thing
will you
I
tell
would
them?
like to say is like everyone should have a basic level of fitness. Okay,
Correct.
if you're not, it's waste. if the person can't even run, then what's the use?
Correct.
Basic level of everything. It's not like you should learn kickboxing only. You can dance, you can play, and you can anything. Okay, but a certain amount of energy, to like save himself or run to run.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't know. Like I feel like BJJ or judo. It's better. I don't know.
That's what even I've heard.
Yeah,
that
BJJ is
like
better.
amazing.
That's
Like it is the best way to.
you can keep your opponent down.
keep your opponent down. You
Without
just tie them
movement.
up and
Okay,
keep them
without
down.
movement. But in kickboxing,
Huh.
anything might happen. Like even if his random punch might get hurt. Okay, got
And
it?
generally, like I'm sure you agree, a lot of fighters, they don't encourage somebody to learn anything to fight.
No, never
So
do
like
that.
BJJ is the best
See,
way.
I'll tell you, once you learn, okay, a sport, okay, I'm telling you, see, first 2 years you'll be like, koi bhi aa jane.
I can
Then
imagine,
later you do the same thing, you'll reach that level, then you'll feel like, like you are in different this, okay.
Yeah.
Even if he hits, you can take that hit and you're like, what's gonna, like, there's no use, simply why we should, like, just go and fight, you will win. Of course,
you can like really hurt him.
beat the
Like,
shit out of him. But no one will go to fight.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll either tell, like, okay, sorry, or like, but if someone puts our hands on us, then
Then of course. Then, buddy, come on.
then it's a free hit for us.
make them regret.
Now all those
Like a thief, robber,
those-
are a free hit for us. Like we pray that, like, oh, come on, find us,
So Kujli is not gone. That is all
No,
those
but
Jackie Chan movies
it's
make
wrong,
sense.
like what if he has weapons and everything? It's really wrong. Just I'm saying, like no. So,
There's no rules when it comes to
yeah,
that,
of
so
course.
you don't
like,
know what
see, it's not like
consequence.
rules. Like you're someone is chasing you. You're fighting him. What if he has a friends and everything, around him? Like what if instead, like try to like
diffuse the situation.
just be aware and just run from there. Like just don't go to like make him more angry and more
This
fight.
is the difference between a professional fighter and people who haven't fought. Because you will be
People who
like,
watch fights on TV, अरे ऐसा
हाँ,
नहीं
ऐसा-
इतना मारा और गिरी शी.
No, actually there was one of my student. Okay, she was like, I want to learn boxing, but I told to protect myself. Okay, I told it doesn't work like that. Like boxing, you can't like. You are just a beginner, like you should have that consistency, a year of experience and everything. And I told, like, see, once, like, okay, you have learnt, I taught you a boxing, a techniques, you're good at it, you're very good at it, okay. Sudden there is one situation in a like outside, okay, one guy will be coming and he'll just hit you. Your brain will be blank, like what happened, like what's happening, you can't even move from there. Got it, right? It's completely different situation, your mind goes blank, and you have to train your mind too. It's not like just like I'm learning a technique there.
Exactly.
Nothing will come. Nothing will come.
It's so much guarantee. You heard guarantee in the tone. And I'm telling nothing.
No, nothing will come. Okay, you should be that calm. Like if your technique should be so clear, you will panic. Like if someone is holding a knife and gun, like of course you'll panic. Then your techniques and all will be.
Then you go back to like
Then you'll go slapping this. That's why like I told her like come like come here like learn, but don't believe that like if you learn boxing, I can beat anyone, like don't ever
That
believe
is not how it
No, it's like
come at me.
her life is on line. It's not like simply like playing around like a boxing match. It's not like boxing match. There are no rules, there are nothing, like anything can happen. So I was like
Realism. Keep like that realistic outlook towards.
Don't just go
It's
to
not like the movies. You just learn something, so it's not going to get you out of any situation. That's not how it
but
works.
basic thing is, or a basic knowledge about martial arts is very important. You might be able to save yourself. There
It
might be might help. So I would recommend this.
Definitely learn something.
Okay, join Monkey Mayhem Fight Club. Okay, I'll ask for Shodhan Shetty. Personal training only.
Discount code.
perfect.
Smooth marketing.
We'll do a tie-up with.
This was genius marketing. This was genius level. He lined it up.
Might help you save your life.
Who knows?
but it is true, man. I have regretted it that I did not spend a lot of time of my childhood. Like I learned a bit of boxing.
You can still
yeah, of course I can.
It's not like
I've been looking around, but the problem is I've come across 2-3 places who have shown or advertised the idea of kickboxing, and uske niche only they have advertised a lot of other things as well.
selfie mirror.
Yeah, I like selfie mirror. Like gyms are legit keeping a mirror for selfies.
Yes.
Now.
Oh, selfie mirror. Oh, I
And
didn't
it's
understand
called-
what you guys
Yeah,
meant
it's
by
called
that.
selfie mirror.
It's called a
But
selfie
how is it
We
mirror.
have a
different from a
full
mirror?
length nice mirror on which you can take
Advertisement.
selfies.
They're like, here there's
Selfie mirror.
kitchens, a selfie mirror, and
But how is that different from a mirror? What?
no,
It's
like
just-
Maybe it's a dedicated mirror only
It's like
for
you
this.
did it
Yeah,
off.
you can take a selfie.
Yeah.
Alright.
yeah, maybe for TikTokers,
Assuming all
TikTokers.
people who go to gyms are dumb.
No, they're trying to attract the dumb crowd into the gym.
Yeah.
That is
They just want to.
We have perfect lighting for your biceps to
Oh
be
yeah,
seen.
yeah, that
Yeah.
might make sense.
All of
Okay,
that might be
lighting,
there,
sub
huh.
angle.
biceps look 10x bigger.
So even I've been like,
No, it's very wrong. For just for like basic fitness level for fun,
Huh.
they might give me. But
Huh,
if
that-
you want to learn something, like if you want to avoid injuries and if you want to learn, like a proper boxing, it's wrong. See, basic foundation is very important. Okay, suppose same thing will be goes with the building. If there is no big good foundation,
yeah,
will the tall
Topple.
building will stand? No, right?
Correct.
Same thing will happen. If you don't learn your basic is jab cross. Your footwork. Proper jab cross footwork, your balance, your stance. That's a basic thing. If you don't work on that, what is the use of learning an uppercut, hook? Like fancy
Yeah.
techniques. If there is no balance to
you
execute
can't
that
stand,
technique.
yeah.
Like same thing, you'll get knocked out in later rounds.
Yeah.
Like later after 1-2 rounds, when your all the energy is
You're gassed out.
gassed
and all.
out, your basic comes there. Okay, that will help you. Like in balance, your proper balance, your guard and everything. That's when it's or else
when
you-
the energy is low, all of that helps. The foundation helps
foundations,
use it well.
Yeah, so you might. I'm still doing 1-2 till now. Like it's
Correct.
same technique. I'm not going for fancy techniques and everything, but I like doing same thing. Like you can practice it for 1,000 times, 10,000 times. It's not enough.
Okay.
It's not enough. You might have seen Mayweather. He'll be doing jab. You might think, why is he doing same thing again? Abs, same workout. Right? Basic, working on basic. It's not enough. Basics, how much ever it's not enough. Keep working. Martial arts, it's like no one has ever learned it, completed.
Ah.
You fight one more fight. Like maybe you have fought like 50 fights. Next fight will be again completely different.
Correct.
Like it will
Correct.
like you can try anything, like different and everything, So every time,
There will come a time where you'll meet somebody who's better. Whatever.
Of course.
That's the whole thing about. A very humbling thing about mixed martial arts.
Martial arts, yeah.
Like the more age and whatnot you have on your side, the more wear and tear you have.
Yeah.
Slowly you'll come to that fight where okay, this is where you found your match, and that person turns out to be the better person that night.
Yeah.
No, and that is a difficult thing
Pill
to
to swallow. Yeah.
yeah, because in no other profession that happens in that manner.
The idea of being outmatched is very, in terms of consequences.
You have
in
to
terms
make
of
peace
this.
with that
Yeah.
thought in your head.
Post match, you have to sit and just be like, okay, I need
Yeah.
to work on this, I need to work on that.
So much of being a fighter is just mental.
There was one time, in the nationals when I won gold. I thought that was my last. I would have been dead. So what happened was, first fight was easy. Like I gave a front kick and I finished the match. And second fight was, he was a pretty good fighter. I think he's a very good fighter. He was like a police from I think eastern side.
Okay.
Manipur that side. Okay.
Okay.
He was just like Hitman, his face and everything. I was like, this guy, what's happening? Okay, and I had a pretty advantage, the height advantage. So I was keeping my this and that guy cornered me into the ring, and suddenly he came here. Okay, so like it's not punching, right?
Yeah.
So I was like leaned back, my guard was down. From there he gave me this. spinning back.
Oh.
You might not believe.
Elbow.
Yeah, all the person who were shouting went silent for 1 minute.
Oh.
If it would have connected, my jaw would have broken.
Oh, shit.
Just I dodged. That was instinct. I'm sure reflex. This much. It touched my hair. Just like it was an anime shit. Anime shit. You know, it was just like that. You know, I could see it in slow mo. You know, like
Yeah.
that was so powerful. You know, like that was next level. Okay, and the last fight was a very famous guy. I guess I don't remember his name. Everyone used to take autograph, and I'm like, what the hell? Why these people? You know, every time these people, famous people, come and fight me. Same thing. I won that match, so I won the gold later. Yeah.
Damn, dude. It must be a thing to like just tell yourself, no, don't worry. It's okay. Yeah, he's giving autographs. It's okay.
Next in 2-3 years, they'll ask you also.
Dude, the conversation in the head of a fighter is always fun because it's always positive. I've seen other fighters also. They're always telling themselves that it'll happen.
Of course.
Which is, I'm envious about that only. Always.
Yeah.
I wish I had that monologue.
Greater the challenge, greater the reward.
Like I'll live up to every challenge thrown at me. It's like that. That is a great mentality to have. And I envy that as a comedian.
Yeah, because fighting is such a for your life so it somehow makes it so much more real that you can't not believe.
Yeah.
Because the moment you stop, it's done. You can't go with like so much doubt in a fight in a match because you will lose. There is no way. You will get frozen. You will think what is going to be the outcome. You have to be in the moment.
Just give your best. Come back. That's it. Win or lose. Just give your best. You know, you shouldn't regret it later that I couldn't give my best. If you give your best and then lose, then it's okay. It's fine. You can you can learn from that later and again win next time. You know, just if you don't give your best, that even in that gold, I feel like I could have done better. That gold, I couldn't. That was not to my satisfaction.
Your performance was not. You were not satisfied with your performance.
With the gold. Even if I had gold, everyone were putting this flowers and everything. I was like, I'm missing something. This was my dream, to get that gold. But still, that happiness is not there. I was.
Everyone giving you flowers is just like I think we didn't do enough.
But the match which I lost. Okay, in States, I told that my nose was completely broken. That even if I lose, I had that satisfaction.
Oh, okay.
I gave my best, even if I was injured and everything. I gave, that was the only fight which I had fully satisfied moment.
Even if my nose is in S shape.
Yeah, it was completely. This part was completely out. Doctor put it inside. Surgery. Yeah, and my skull there was a crack. It was a pretty hard knee, but I couldn't feel that because I was in the moment, because of adrenal rush. Yeah.
You don't feel in the moment.
It was the worst, that was the worst surgery, and after the surgery, there is a 2 rope, a small thread, there was a big like plasters. I was and there is a 2. I'm 3 days. I'm thinking why and where this threads are. Kuch to jugaad hai. I was thinking from 3 days. And 3rd day, nurse came. I'm removing it. She told, and she took this. She did from there. She pulled it out. I was the moment I got headache, I got a blackout and everything. That pain was next time. I don't want to do that. It was what happened was that this thing is that the cotton it was inside this. Stuck it here. From there they pull it.
To set your nose properly, they had kept cotton.
I don't want to think about it. I can still
the COVID test feeling into a million.
No, COVID test is nothing. I can take a punch on my face, but that is
COVID test is only enough to defeat.
No, she did like this. Then she's like, I told her, no, one more is there. Crazy.
Leave the other one.
That was fun, and what happens, when this, you should have someone, in your team to achieve something, you can achieve, but how should I put it?
Makes the journey easier.
Yeah, in India, if there is a UFC champion, for other fighters it will be easier. Like
Yeah,
there
Correct.
is someone who did it.
Correct.
In this year there was no one who has done that. At least in one point you'll be thinking, can I do it? Is it really possible? Like,
Yeah.
no one, that moment will be there.
Yeah.
Like if there is one person who wins that, like, Glory, I will win.
Yeah.
Okay, I want someone to win UFC. then I'll come to UFC. Okay. Glory, I will win. Glory, don't ever come.
I got Glory handled, okay.
Glory
Someone find someone for UFC.
Someone go to UFC. Someone go to UFC and win it. Like show that outsiders, that even Indians, like those people call us weak there.
Ah.
Yeah.
Even though I can't contribute, I'm taking it personally.
Just go there.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of them. Then show what Indians are.
And he's saying it so calmly.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. All right.
know.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
You'll see Shodhan's Instagram ID over here. Please do follow him. Check out his fights. Support him. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This brings us to the end of the podcast. With the next episode, we'll have Amaya behind. We'll have another guest. Do follow us.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.